shout out to the friend zone. They gave us a shout out.
Oh my God! Shout out to the friend zone.
Yeah, Dustin was saying how he enjoyed our Real Housewives of Potomac fashion review.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so sweet of them.
Yeah. So we had a snowstorm in New York. It was Thursday. According to my weather app, it is 31 degrees.
You know, when you see, this was a great moment because whenever I think, oh, I do miss my East Coast life, people say it's 29 degrees, and I'm like, mm-mm.
I think you're meant for a warmer climate.
I am. I'm a desert bird. I'm a desert flower.
Speaking of birds, unfortunately, we didn't get the versus battle that we like. We had a whole topic dedicated to. It was like one of our hot topics, and I'm just like, dang. They rescheduled it for January 8th, y'all. So if y'all were wondering, if y'all still care, Keisha Cole versus Ashanti has been moved. Ashanti was like globe hopping, and it was just a shock to her that, you know, she got it. And I wish her well. She seems like she's doing fine. But don't act surprised when you've been globe hopping and everything. Like, oh my God, I got it. What happened? How could this happen? So yeah, I think that was the reason. No one is mad at Ashanti at all. It's just like, just take accountability, you know? This is also laughable. Tyler Perry and his longtime girlfriend, Jalila Bakil, but they broke up.
You see, you're going to say girlfriend and make me fall out the chair.
Yeah,
I believe the correct term is beard.
Most people would say it's a beard, but he revealed that he is single. This article is pretty shady because they have single in quotation marks too.
I mean, how can you be single when you're dating half of the leading men on Tyler Perry Productions? I'm sorry, he's tapped the Zach Sack from Sisters. You know that he's bumped bussies with every bra on bra, from the short to the tall.
Really, like, at this point, it's very Queen Latifah right now. Like, I mean, what does he have to lose, you know? He really doesn't have to lose anything. And there's just been so many people who have profited just putting on a dress, you know, and a wig.
Now, there's nothing wrong with the Nene wig, but you have to know when and how to do it.
Oh, yeah, they share a 6-year-old son. I'd be forgetting that he even has a kid. Good for him. I think that's all he wanted. It was like more like a Kenya Moore thing, but reverse.
You know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Well, he did post a thirst trap or whatever. Well, was it a thirst trap? It wasn't a thirst trap. It was more so like a gym picture.
Now, a thirst trap requires people to be thirsty for it. I know I looked at that and my mouth was closed.
They put Medea's face on it to like, I think he should get rid of the beard because his head looks really big, like bigger than his body. But he wrote on his Instagram, alongside a mirror selfie showing him wearing workout clothes, I'm 51, single, and wondering what the next chapter of my life will look like.
I don't think those were workout clothes. He had a t-shirt on over control top pantyhose, a girdle, a waist trainer, and one of them, you know, male, like super tight t-shirts to keep your titties in check.
You think he had a waist trainer on?
He had on a bra. He was lycra'd down.
I want to know. That's a good segue. I want to know. We have another Whitney Houston movie coming out. And I'm just like, this is the 4th one. Can we please let this woman rest? Can we let a legend rest?
We're not going to get it right for the next 20 years. So I'm with you. I agree. Let it rest. Let some new actresses come out. And then when somebody can really put together a good movie, tell her story. But I just feel like everybody's doing that cash grab.
The name of the movie is going to be I Want to Dance with Somebody. They confirmed the actress. She's British, Naomi Aki. She'll be playing the role, and it's supposed to come out for 2022. It's directed by the same person who did Issa Rae's The Photograph. Like, did you not like that movie?
Issa Rae's The Photograph was so critically panned and so under audience appreciated. I don't think that that's something she should put on her resume as a claim to fame.
It looks like an aesthetically pleasing movie to look at, but as far as me in the theater watching it, I'm just like, oh, this looks boring. Like, it looked really boring. I want to tell y'all about a great podcast called Homophilia, hosted by Dave Holmes and Matt McConkey. Every week, Dave and Matt grill LGBTQIA celebrities to find out what and who they're loving. Hear the dirt on Dave's most recent celebrity neighbors and never before heard gossip about stories about all your favorite TV shows. With all-star guests like Lena Waithe, love her, Andrew Scott, Matt Balmer, Shangela, oh my God, from RuPaul's Drag Race, Carson Kressley, and Jim Rash. You'll get all the dish on how your favorite celebrities are surviving this pandemic, what they're watching, reading, listening to, and the latest industry gossip. But after they go shallow, Matt and Dave go deep and talk with their guests about who they're loving. The details of their personal relationships range from hilarious and heartwarming to deeply heartbreaking and everything in between.
New episodes of Homophilia come out every Friday. Listen and subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app.
So you remember when Taraji P. Henson was getting a little Empire spinoff of her own, like just like Cookie Lion? Well, Fox doesn't want it anymore. So now they're shopping around like what streaming platform might want it. So this is the story. Empire series had already come to an end earlier this year. It was announced that a spinoff based on Taraji's character Cookie was in the works, and she signed a first look deal with 20th Century Fox. However, it looks like Cookie will not be making her return to Fox. Fox has not decided to proceed with it. However, it might go to Disney, might go to ABC, Hulu.
I think that Fox actually had a good point. It is time for that character to move on. She not only did Cookie, but then she did the Mother Jones, which was like kind of a spinoff of Cookie in the movie. Like, you exercised that character to its extreme. It's great. You can play that role. It's wonderful. But Taraji, we want to see you do other stuff. Like, you don't have to hang on to Cookie, hang on to Empire. Like, even Sissy Smollett has moved on. With all of his,
he didn't have a choice.
He didn't have a choice, but he found a choice. He's directing that new Black Bottom movie on HBO. I don't know if it's called Black Bottom, if it's about Black Bottom. If it's a Black Bottom movie, if he's involved.
I think that this is just the easy check for Taraji. That's why she's just totally on board with it. Like I said, I checked out of Empire long before it was over. It just wasn't entertaining anymore to me. It was maybe more fun to laugh at, like watching your reviews, but other than that, like, I think it just, ran its course in pop culture. Now, shout out to one of our supporters. Like, I forgot who said it, but they were saying like if they did another Empire spinoff, like you can go like, where's Jamal? Like I saw that from somebody, and I just thought that was so clever. Is Jamal coming? Of course not.
Wait, can we just get into Real Housewives of Potomac? Because that was the most epic reunion we have ever seen. Phaedra Parks, you have been replaced. You are now impotent, insignificant, and inconsequential. You are now absolutely worthless to your husband, to your children, to the law profession, and to the Real Housewives of any franchise. Because, baby, Monique got out here and you thought you gave a good Cadillac Kimberly Reed that she wrote for you. Monique got out here and
I have the binder. Who we gonna read first? My thoughts on the Potomac reunion, it was simply iconic. They are the new queens of the franchise. I think Atlanta wishes that it was this good. I mean, like, it's just crazy how on Black Sunday night on Bravo, ATL is not the main event anymore, which is just crazy to me. So,
Well,
yeah, like Monique really brought out the big guns. We never had like a part one that was that good. Like they usually save it for like either part two or part three, but part one right out the gate. And then there was radio silence. Like everyone knew. Like you looked at Ashley's face, you looked at Candace. Well, that's unfortunate. We had Wendy, who just was like, and then Rob didn't have anything to say, you know, with those tire tracks on her fucking lace front. Just standing ovation for Monique. That was just really good. That's going to go down in Housewives history. The binder needs to go in Andy's clubhouse. Also, fun fact, that exact binder is sold out online. Crazy.
we also have to give Karen credit for
Oh, the
most
alley.
eloquent. The alley-oop, I mean, Monique literally was just like all across the field. Like when she was running in those chunky heels after Candace, she tossed the ball to Karen, and Karen did that alley-oop so gracefully, like a grand dame, like a ballerina. Is Jamal coming?
Is Jamal coming? Of course not. Like, ooh, just oof. It was just like the coup de grace, like just magnifique. It was good. So after the reunion, you did your great analysis of Jamal Bryant had something to say. He brought the cash register. The cash register. I see that I'm on the topic of conversation, and I got my own binder right here, right, my own binder, and like, yeah, you see, you got the receipts. Well, I'm the whole cash register. So let me get out my my binder right now. Now, Giselle, I'm with Giselle.
He never said he was with Giselle in the video.
Right? Didn't he say he was single?
He said he was single as a dollar bill. I have never seen anyone, except for the Wicked Witch of the West, have a house land on them like Jamal Bryant landed on her with this feminine diatribe. Now, we are two gay men, and I'm going to say I ain't never seen nothing this bitch made in my life. That's embarrassing for you.
I didn't really care for his bail threats, and he didn't say that the text messages weren't real. You know, like,
right.
They were said. You said that. But everyone was talking about that. I think this happened late at night because when I woke up, I just saw like everyone was talking about Jamal Bryant responds.
Jamal Bryant didn't respond. He tried to make the moment about him. That read was about Giselle. You were collateral damage for the things that you had done a decade ago. Nobody cared about you. Nobody cared about your philandering ways. We knew you weren't with Gabrice or Gabrissy. You don't care about either one of her faces. And then also, you're like, my kids were upset because I didn't take them to school on the first day. Well, what about your other kids? They don't matter on their first day of school, so it's like it's one family, they get the first day of school. So the other family, do you take them to school on the last day? Is that what it is?
He said he wasn't going to be on any reality shows, but like he was only on this season maybe 2-3 times, and then he pulled up in hip hop. I don't get that. I don't know. Like he wants the attention. That's why he went online and did that whole tired video. Like even be original. Like, oh, you got your binder too? Come on, that was whack.
As a pastor, you should have said, you have a binder. I have the Bible. Let me open up the Bible to Psalm 1859. I don't know the Bible, so I'm just trying here. Psalm 1859, John said, let ye not with fake hair fuck with my children. You could have said that, but you didn't. Because you're not that original. You're not that inventive, and you're not that intelligent. You're simply a darker skinned T.I., and we have no patience for you. You're simply a less successful T.I., and we're not interested in you. A more piss poor father than T.I., and we don't really want to see you put your daughters through the same trauma that he is putting his daughters through. So you can scoot on to the left, sir.
So, Monique responded today, a couple hours ago, and this is what Monique had to say. His whole response just proves that there are demons in the church and in the pulpit, because what pastor goes on a live and does that? He wasn't even original. Dude, I already did the binder, get your own thing. It was just hilarious to me. He needs to do better with his actions, and doing that live is the exact opposite of what a well-grounded pastor would have done. So it's just that the comedy writes itself at this point. He needs to go back to prayer and ask God to help clean some of that flesh he has, because it is quite dirty. Now, he mentioned something about her husband too, like saying he has anger issues. So she responded to that too. My husband is not a person who will argue with women. That's not his job. That's my job. And no woman is going to argue with my husband, because that's my job. So whatever Jamal alluded to is not true. He wasn't there. Maybe he should have been there, and then he would have been able to make his points he wanted to make, and he could have witnessed firsthand what would actually happen. It's going to be very eye-opening when people see all that goes down. So I'm guessing there's more to talk about in the binder too.
And I think that Giselle leaked some tea to him, because how would Jamal know what happened at the reunion on the second episode when he wasn't there? He wasn't there for his children, and he wasn't there for his ex-wife, baby mama, thick neck heifer, whatever you want to call her. He wasn't there. He simply wasn't there. Like me in New York right now. Am I there?
I don't think...
Of course not.
Yeah, you're not.
Is Alex coming? Of course not.
That's true. I don't think, like, I'm not mad at him for responding to Monique, because I feel like, yeah, his name was brought in it, his character was brought in it. He has a right to defend himself, but it depends on what he's saying too. And what he said was just a whole bunch of nothing, in my opinion.
It was, in fact, not even in European. That was the fact. He didn't address anything Monique said. He said, well, let's read all the text messages, trying to act like this was some bitter heifer. And it's like, it doesn't matter if she was bitter or not. It doesn't matter about her dissertate that you did take time to read, so you could say it was poor. So you did read her magazine, so you could say the circulation was piss poor. Like, you spent a lot of time investing into this heifer that you want to discredit, but the truth is you never said she was lying about you and Gabrisi's relationship. You didn't have a relationship with either one of her faces.
So I know our supporters in the comments, like, some people are on Giselle's side. So I want to ask you, what do you say to people who say that, oh, Monique brought this man's name and phone number up on national TV, but if he responds, he's getting in women's business? And, like, what did Jamal do to Giselle? This is like one person who's on Giselle's side. So what would you say in rebuttal to that?
Jamal needs to learn that as a man, sometimes you are collateral damage. And if you didn't want your ex-wife to go on this show, you should have paid her more child support. I would say, if you don't want people to call you a cheater, don't have a baby on someone while you're still engaged. Not to mention while you're married. So I feel like on this show, there's a whole, like, even with Wendy and the word, oh my God, don't call me aggressive. Don't call Ashley a fake bitch after knowing her for 10 minutes. Take responsibility for your actions. So the thing is, if somebody wanted to say, Alex, you got a slick mouth, I would say, you know what? I absolutely do. Would you like to try me? Because I own who I am. So I think it's a little more about people taking ownership of their behavior and realizing that actions have consequences. And the world is not going to dance around you if you don't like those consequences. But that's just me.
And just speaking of how you said aggressive, it's also, she needs to tell Candace not to call Ashley a roach and not to call Monique a hood rat and a ghetto bitch. Let's start there. If we're talking about the aggressive label, how about like let's not use those labels. It's just hypocrisy. So let's talk about Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and a lofty goal to create boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and contact lenses. Glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses, sunglasses, progressives, and blue light lenses are also available. If you need help choosing frames, there's a quiz for you to take. You answer a few quick questions and they'll suggest some great looking glasses that are totally personalized to fit your face and style. Warby Parker styles range from extra narrow to extra wide to fit all face shapes. Now, Alex, what was your experience using Warby Parker?
Well, I'll show you right now. First, I took the quiz to see which glasses I was interested in, and then they sent me this beautiful box of 5 pairs of glasses that I chose from the quiz. And the quiz gave me glasses that fit my face, as you'll see right now. These are the Chamberlain Crystal. I wanted something similar, but a different option, so I tried the Sea Glass Gray.
And he looks so good, like just the quality.
Then I decided I might want to do a whiskey tortoise.
I like the clear ones a lot, though.
I have really been impressed, but I know I'm going to order these tidal blue. I'm so glad that Warby Parker had my signature color available.
So basically, y'all, the home try-on kit is super simple. You get 5 pairs of glasses that you chose. You get it really fast in the mail, and then you choose which one you want. And then once you select it, send the box back, and then you send your prescription, and then, yeah, you get the glasses. Easy peasy. So for all our Pop Roast listeners, try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/roast. As an end of the year treat, you can save 15% when you purchase 2 or more pairs of Warby Parker prescription eyewear. It includes eyeglasses or sunglasses. This is a limited time offer that ends 12/31/2020. So you brought up a good point when you're saying that, like, in the Housewives pathos, like, husbands are full game and collateral sometimes. And like, I remember that, like, Phaedra would use that against Kenya at any chance she get with her Renamen, or Kenya would use it against Phaedra when Apollo would, be embarrassing her. Or like, I think they use it so much in Atlanta. They always talk about people's men on that show. So I don't think it should be surprising to anybody, housewives or fans, that, attacking your husband, attacking a housewife's husband is fair game. So you brought up T.I., and again, he is in the news for guess what? He's in the news for being an idiot. So this is what he said on his show Expeditiously, which I wish it would just get expeditiously canceled. So basically the article says T.I. refers to the time a father spends with his daughter as thought prevention hours. Thought prevention hours. So he basically said, on the topic of preparing their daughters for the real world, Tip referred to the time a father spends with his daughter as thought prevention hours in hopes of keeping his daughters from stripping.
Okay, first off, let's talk about the fact that he stole that from Dave Chappelle, because he doesn't have an original thought in what he calls his brain. First off, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Dave Chappelle was the first man out here saying, you got to keep your daughter off the pole. I would say Chris Rock came out with something similar around the same time.
But I'm just really tired of these short, toxic, misogynistic men that's just like saying these things that are just so problematic, you know?
I want to know how T.I. can talk about thought prevention when you are out here with Bernice Burgos having threesomes and you're getting into fights with Floyd Mayweather because your wife also knows she's in an open marriage. You want to talk about thought prevention? It starts at home with being faithful to your wife or your pit bull, however you see her.
I think he doesn't respect women. I think that he's raising his daughters to like, I don't know, like it's completely different for his sons.
In that interview, but the other guy was like, oh, well, sons can't get pregnant. But you can get somebody pregnant, they're still a baby, but that really goes to show the level of responsibility. Oh, well, I ain't pregnant, so it don't matter. I'm sorry, if I got somebody pregnant, it would matter. It would be my baby, and I would care. I would also really need to know how I got somebody pregnant in the anus. So there would be some scientific questions there, too.
And first of all, there's nothing wrong with strippers. You know, sex work is work. And he has no problem spending 10 grand or however much money going to Magic City. But yet you're going to try to degrade these women like, I don't know. He's teaching his boys something different. And then he's teaching his girls to like.
He's teaching his boys to be the men that he doesn't want to date his girls.
Correct. Yes.
You know, it's like, hey, I don't want you dating your stepbrother or, you know, trying to fuck your step grandfather like Mary from Salt Lake City doing. So I'm going to just make sure that you don't even want to date. Maybe that's what it is, just incest prevention.
I don't know. I'm just like, isn't he tired? I know his publicist has to be tired or probably quit.
Are you kidding me? Imagine the money you make being T.I.'s publicist. You know you got a check coming every month because he can't keep his foot out his mouth.
It's just, I don't know, like I'm not sure what year he's living in where like just women are just more empowered these days, and I just feel like he doesn't have any respect for women at all. I think he thinks a woman's place is in the kitchen, like they need to get pregnant, they need to be submissive to the man, like just it's just so ridiculous.
But the gag is he is married to a boss and he doesn't believe any of that because Tiny was his woman before he was anything or anybody. And he is T.I. because he was with Tiny and she put him on and she got him studio time and she was there for him and she's been his ride or die and been the woman with the coin to help afford his lawyer fees. So he doesn't believe that because he still has a Black woman truly taking care of him. So I feel like he's just an idiot. Tiny needed to teach him, excuse me, give me some value, but you know, that's between him and Tiny. But I'm like, I'm sorry, you done had a Black woman holding you down all these years. You can get out here and say all the stupid shit you want to, but you know the truth. When the feds come knocking, Tiny is there.
I feel sorry for all the women in his life, honestly.
Tiny enjoys it. Here's the thing, Tiny likes eating a little pussy on the side, so she ain't mad. You ain't Kandi Burruss' best friend, and you don't like to nibble on a little noosh.
Speaking of Kandi, did you see the holiday photo? It's so nice. Like, Todd finally, like, his daughter finally got some shine. They treat that girl like Cinderella, and she is stunning in that photo.
Quiet as it's kept. That's how I felt. I was like, wow. You know, this really was about, like, they were like, okay, look, girl, you're going to be in the back this time. And it was all about, what's her name, Kaylee?
Oh, I think it's Kaylee. I think it is. I don't know. It's Todd's daughter.
I don't even know that girl's name. But she was front and center, you know, giving leg, giving shoe. They was just like exactly what you said. It was like, okay, let's get you out of the cellar and dress you up, make people think we treat you right.
It was just so nice to see.
It was like them family photos with foster kids where it's just like you never see them looking good all through the year, but for the family photo, they're gonna go on and spend a little money on your outfit. Like everybody gets to go to Macy's, not just the born kids. I didn't see it.
It's crazy how, like, you know, I didn't even realize in that scene with Atlanta where Todd gave Riley $1,000 or however, like a stack of money. And I'm just like, his own daughter Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even do shit like that for his own daughter. And Kandi is nicer to her than Todd, which is crazy to me. So I don't know. I would be, I don't know, I'd be very resentful of him as a father, really. And shout out to somebody who said, y'all are wrong for this, but they said Riley was in the back looking like the matriarch of the family. Y'all need to leave Riley alone, please. Now, honestly, I'll laugh at a Riley age joke, but I'm not going to touch her nose. Like, what she want to do with her face is fine.
You're not going to touch her nose, but the doctor did already, so you ain't got to touch it. It's okay.
No, see, that's the only thing. Like, someone asked me, oh, Chris, you got to talk about Riley's nose. I was like, I will not. I will continue to talk about how old Riley looks, but I will not talk about her nose. That's where I draw the line.
Like they drew the line when they had the surgery, exactly what they were going to do with her nose.
Next. Why is Kaya coming for everybody?
Who?
Kaya.
Who?
Kaya has come for, what's that?
Kia?
Huh?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know you were a witch capable of this kind of necromancy. If you're this powerful, then I have some favors to ask because you're raising the dead. Kaya?
Kaya.
Neck in my back, Kaya. We actually are talking about her on our show this many years after the Queen scored? Really?
I mean, we don't have to.
Did she get a show on Fox Soul?
No.
All right, you have piqued my interest, sir. What is going on with Kaya where you, of all people, would speak her name? Because I'm telling you, you think I got a grudge against Janet, you should hear the off-camera stuff he says about Kaya.
Who, me?
You.
Who said that? But she's beefing with, I'm about to say Sukiyaki. She's beefing with Santana.
The sissy?
Yes. Like
the one that's in the waist trainer and the girdle at the same time with control top pantyhose.
Right. She was making fun of his Dr. Miami new body because he got some work done.
Oh, child, that's not, no, I'm sorry. I heard that he got work done, but every time I see a photo of him, all I see is a needs improvement on a report card.
Yeah, so she was like saying he was built like, a refrigerator, like an egg carton box, like just a bunch of different things, like Kaya.
Wait, excuse, so she was stealing my reads. Is that what she was doing? She was stealing my reads?
I guess so. I mean, it's on there if you want to take a look at it on Shade Room.
So this toothless wonder is making fun of somebody that can actually get their body done when you just went and got your body done and your breasts are still an infrastructural issue. If you really want to go there, and since we're going there, we're going to go there.
Oh yeah, we are, because I can't stand her. Like, her mouth, like you ever lift up a log in a swamp? That's like what her mouth looks like. Like you see like a whole bunch of like, bugs and like fungus and stuff like that. That's what that reminds me of when she opens her mouth. And I'm pretty sure, like, what does Kaya smell like to you?
Now, the gag is Nene got her teeth done and Kaya still can't. Now, you got your body done, but you can't go to a dentist. Now, what does Kaya smell like to me? The 90s.
Mm. That's a compliment, honestly. No, she smells like Newports. What
we not going to do is this Newports, because Newports stand for either winning, pimping, or running things. So we ain't going to
all right. She smells like an ashtray. Feet. Definitely feet. And chitlins. Like pig intestines. That weren't washed. Or you know what? You know when spinach go bad? When spinach goes bad. That's what I figure she smells like. But she just has just such a dark, dirty soul that there's just really nothing redeeming about her. I really can't stand her. At least Azalea Banks, that cuckoo, at least a broke clock is right once a day. At least she's right sometimes. But Kaya, like her soul is like, it's like she's the Grinch. She's got garlic in her soul, Mr. Grinch. Y'all, if y'all go look up the lyrics to The Grinch, like that explains Kaya to a T. You just replace, you know what? Let's just look it up right now. I got time today.
Also, I love that t-shirt, Rogue and social distancing. That's so fucking funny.
Social distance champion. I mean, it's Rogue. And you can get this too on my T Public link. You're a vile one, Kaya Winch. You're a garner little trash bag. You got garlic in your soul. I don't know. This just explains her so much to a T. Anyway, I'm gonna keep.
Chris is getting verklempt.
In music news, Lil Wayne, we all know that he's facing 10 years in jail because he like broke his probation or something like that with having weapons or something. So over the weekend, it was reported that he sold his masters for $100 million. Now I'm thinking he sold it probably because he probably needs to pay these lawyer fees or he knows he's going to jail for a long time. That's what's suspected. He said not only did he sell his own masters, the masters comes with his Young Money artists too. With this deal, he also sold Drake's masters and Nicki Minaj. Now, with Drake's masters, y'all, he sold all his album masters all the way up to Scorpion. Like, that's for the people that's familiar with Drake. So that's 2018. Anything Drake made after 2018, that's his. Now, unfortunately for Nicki Minaj, she didn't get the good deal. Her most recent album, Queen, was released under Young Money, so he sold the masters to that. Almost all of her major releases have come via that label's imprint. So yeah, the grand majority of Nicki Minaj's discography and even future releases are sold now, her masters. So hopefully she gets that. I don't know, they got a good deal. $100 million for like most of Drake's masters and all of Nicki's and Lil Wayne's just for $100 million? They got a steal. That is a steal to me. Now, I didn't think we would mention Nicki Minaj, but just, damn, like what kind of deal she has where she still has no control over her masters?
15 years in the game. That doesn't sound like the queen to me.
Like the most important thing you have is your intellectual property. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? Now, I know I struggle with my anxiety from time to time, and I know I need someone to talk to. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's a professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit betterhelp.com/roast. That's betterhelp.com/roast. And join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people are using BetterHelp, they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. A special offer for Pop Roast listeners, you get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/roast.
Ooh, so this Erika Jayne tea is just unfolding. And Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has their new Denise for the season because The feds is on that ass. And you were right. That's one people you do not fuck with, like the IRS or the FBI. They are on that ass. Now, information has been coming out throughout the day today. First, they have her husband, Tom Girardi, testifying that he is broke. All he has is a couple $1,000s in his bank account, and they froze his assets. That means they were trying to push that money to offshore accounts or something. They were like wondering, where did the $80 million go? Where did it go?
This is so delicious. It's got to be fattening.
I think she's in on it. I really do. And she's trying to get as far away from him as possible. She's trying to change the narrative, but they were funneling money into her business, you know, that whole thing. And they have you on camera saying, oh, you spend $40,000 a month on your upkeep.
It may be expensive to be you, but is it profitable, darling? Is it profitable?
And, you know, they're getting time for embezzlement. And I'm not talking about Robin's cheap ass hats.
Embezzle?
Right.
Embezzle? Embezzle? Well, there was actually a business to embezzle from, unlike with Black China.
So here's the tea that came out today. So now you know that they froze Tom's assets. Now they're trying to freeze Erika's. And there's the tea, like they're cornering her. Like,
not freeze assets in these chilly months.
So she's been selling her designer clothes on like one of those websites where like you can like resell like your high expensive items.
Plato's Closet.
Something like that, an expensive one. And they're basically saying that she's trying to like rustle up all this money and assets that basically belongs to Tom. Like she got all that money from Tom's money. That's not from her money. So they're trying to prevent her from selling the clothes.
Wow. You literally ran to your closet to try to sell the furs and the government is like, That's embarrassing. And this is going to be a plotline for the next 2 seasons. Well, I don't even know if she's going to stay on the show because these people may just seize her check.
Look, so it says, like the court documents said, she continues to offer tens of thousands of dollars worth of her designer clothing for sale on the secondhand market and has recently promoted that offering on her Twitter account at a 10% discount. Although the couple has filed for divorce, Tom Girardi maintains an interest in the clothing because Erika Jayne is closely associated with Tom and has notice of the court's injunction freezing his assets. She is bound by it too. So they're trying to request that the court order Erika Jayne to stop dissipating community assets. Like, oh my God.
I want to know who's paying that rent on that apartment in West Hollywood that she's living in because she is about to go from pillar to post.
Yeah. And they already have, like, they are coming for blood. They have screenshots of her tweets selling the clothes for 10% off. What I really think they're trying to do, they're trying to buy time to put all that money in offshore accounts. Like, he has been basically like doing a pyramid scheme. Like he would win a case and then pay off people that he owed instead of paying the people that he won for that case. So it's like a mountain.
Oh.
Also, I really think they're headed to be the new Joe and Teresa Giudice, but maybe like a smarter version. Like they tried as long as they could.
I knew her fashions went down. I am just surprised.
Just like Marlo's.
Oh, and now Marlo was walking around on Wish.com like she don't even know good boosters no more. Well, here's what happened with Marlo. Marlo used to be able to fit a sample size that a booster could steal. Now she is a full-figured woman, giving grown woman body, and that means she's got to be like Nene. They'll make it if you got the coin, but when you don't have the coin and you can't steal it, you know, you got to go up that size. And honestly, I have a question for you. Cynthia and these odd little dresses she has on were always, you know, one tit's kind of coming out. Do you think that she just cut up her old sundresses that she couldn't fit no more because of the quarantine weight and put them little strips in, sewed them in herself, and now she walking around looking like a fool. Do you agree with that assessment, or is it just me? Is it just me?
You did not just say she takes her old sundresses, cut them up and sew them together like quilts and put them right back on.
That's what I said. Wait, hold on.
Looks good.
Wait, my favorite part of the Potomac reunion was when Kandi said, "Do you have a full binder?" And Monique said, "I have a full binder." And like you said, do you think Cynthia cuts up her clothes? I think Cynthia cuts up her clothes.
Well, I love her new titties. I really do.
Whose?
Cynthia's.
They do look good. That was a great breast job. She ain't got to have no bra on. And you know what? Let's clap it up to Cynthia's titties. We are two gay men, and we can appreciate them some good titties.
Speaking of, when I did this motion, it just reminded me of the new social media sensation, like where the money reside. Did you see that?
I saw something about where the money reside, and then I saw this picture of the brain, and I was just like, okay, yeah, that's where the money reside. We're where the money reside.
It's this guy who did a commercial for Honda, like he was doing in a car lot. He had the Shake It Like a Salt Shaker beat in the background. And he was just like, where the money reside, where the money reside. And he was really gay. But yeah, it was catchy as hell. And now he's like the new viral moment, where the money resides. That's where I'm going, where the money resides. You need to go look at it. It's really funny.
That's why I'm headed back to Vegas, where the money resides, where the money resides.
Exactly. It's so easy to put into anything. But you know where the money not residing? By Erika Jayne and Tom. So they're trying to change the narrative right now because a story came out 2 hours ago from People magazine, basically her trying to control the narrative because that same story came out today about her assets being seized. So now a source tells People that Tom's alleged infidelity was the reason that Erika's having a divorce. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Alleged infidelity. One, I'm surprised he could even get it up for you, much less other women. But let's say he even can. Girl, you know you've been fucking your supposed sissy of a makeup artist for years now. Like, I'm sorry. I believe that bowl cut sissy is an actual sissy, but your makeup artists are too hot. Either your makeup artist or your hairdresser. One of them you fucking. One of them is a secret straight man that's like, oh yeah, I'm straight. I just happen to do this. And you like, oh, okay. Because they all too fine and Tom is gone too long. You act like an ice queen, but I'm sorry. Your buttermilk's like everybody else.
The word on the street is they've been living like two completely different lives. It's a business relationship. She does her thing. It's like she loves him, but she been doing her own thing. I think this story was calculated. Like they put this out at the same time as that last story came out to try to get people, oh, that's the reason why she leaving him, because he's like cheating on her. So a source says the reason she divorced Tom is because he was cheating on her with multiple women. She's known about his infidelity for years, but wanted to try and save the marriage. When she was performing her last week on Broadway, he left her high and dry and was frolicking around town instead of supporting her and attending her shows. She realized she would never be a priority.
He wasn't frolicking at 80.
81.
At 80, he's frolicking around New York. Child, he couldn't skip to my loo.
I don't know. I don't feel sorry for either of them. Like it's been a long time coming that they got caught, and it's just so sad that people just be trying to put on for Housewives. She was a good character, but you know, I didn't like how they all jumped on Denise last season when they all got their skeletons in their closet.
Or sometimes their husbands.
Right.
I am looking forward to seeing Kathy Hilton defending Kim Richards this season against Kyle. Kyle! Wait, no, I'm sorry. You've got to do it.
Kyle. Goodbye, Kyle.
It's funny. You can do that, and I can do, I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
You sound just like him. Oh my God. So yeah, that's the topics that I have. The only thing else I have is Tisha Campbell and Dwayne Martin's divorce is final. Finally.
Isn't that wonderful that Will Smith and Dwayne finally get to be happy and free? It's less of an entanglement now that Tisha's not involved. But she's still here hosting the BET Awards, and I can't wait to see her next year.
Good for her because, you know, no one's getting money in the divorce. Like, no one's getting spousal support or child support. And it's said that Tisha Campbell revealed she left the marriage with only $7 to her name.
That's why I would never marry an unsuccessful bottom.
He has kept quiet throughout this entire ordeal. I think, you know, it's just best for him not to say anything.
And Will's been quiet too.
Well, Will is a little bit more vocal, I think.
The only person that could really answer that is August.
Oh, Lord. Well, Dwayne Martin is Jamal Bryant to the bullshit. He is not coming anywhere near any of that.
That is a new good one. Is Jamal coming?
Right.
Well, we will see you sooner than my 38th birthday.
And I'll see you sooner than Nikki sees her masters. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.